What is going on, everybody? So, today I'm going to be watching some clips of Dr. Phil, but not just any. I'm going to be watching some clips of one of my closest friends, Tessa. I'm going to show you some things that Dr. Phil didn't show you. All right, without further ado, let's just jump right into it.
You wrote in, right?
Yes.
But you wrote in about your daughter. Okay. Now, Tessa ran away how long ago? Last time.
The last time, I think it was in July.
Okay. And she ran away to another state.
Yes.
But you didn't call the police. Why?
I didn't call the police because trying to deal with the police in my state has been completely unsuccessful. They act like it's a big issue for them to come out and take another runaway report. Like, why are we doing this again? You just reported her 3 days ago.
You didn't call because you let her go. The cops didn't want to play your guys' little fuck games. They didn't want to play that. They said they were done. I don't blame them. I really don't.
You've called them 100 times.
I disagree. I've called them a lot. Yes, I have. Yeah.
What do you mean you disagree?
Well, she's willing to call them 100 times, but she's not willing to call them 101 times and report her as a runaway when she goes to another state.
Well, the reason I didn't report her as a runaway this time is that was the only thing that I had to control her, is that if you do not contact me, I'm going to report you as a runaway. Anytime in the past when I've reported her, she has avoided my contact. It has taken several times to try to track her down. I went out and looked for her many times.
So why not track her down and bring her home?
Tracy, number one, I didn't have the resources to just run. I also have another child at home that I'm responsible for.
So have her track down, have the police go get her and bring her home.
Really? Because I called the police and I bought her a ticket to get her home, and they told me, I'm really sorry, but we're not a ride service. Do you remember that? Because I already bought her a ticket on the train.
Well, this is not a ride service.
That's what the police told me.
But I mean, she had a ticket. So
she had a ticket from...
You didn't need a ride service.
She had a ticket from Amtrak train. I needed somehow to get her to Amtrak because I was still here.
She apparently can get around pretty well.
That's been part of the problem.
Okay, but she didn't want to be home. Why did she run away this last time?
She ran away. I'll answer that before you do, because I know you're going to spew some bullshit. She ran away partly because of you and Tyler's abuse. There was also a boy involved. I won't say his name because he's a douchebag and hopefully gets what's coming to him. All right? You let her go. You let her go. You kicked her out and you let her go. That's why she left.
Because she met a boy on the internet that she had never met, and she went up there to chase him down. He actually sent somebody down.
So was she running to something or away from something?
Dr. Phil, before she answers this, again, she was running away. Like Teresa just said, she ran, yes, to a boy in another state. She ran to him. She also ran away from your guys' abuse. Little did she know that, unfortunately, that running away would just wind her up in an even more abusive situation with an abusive boyfriend.
She was running to
Was she running away from you and the home situation,
yes.
Or was she running to this boy?
She was running to him.
She was running away from you and to him.
So what was she running away from?
Teresa had to rent her room out to make ends meet, and when Tessa found out her room was rented out, she became upset, and she went to the homeless shelter for the night, or part of the night, and then she had this kid.
On the topic of her room being rented out, I have the footage that Tessa took of your reaction to her not wanting her room being rented out And it doesn't paint you as a very good person. Tessa's sweet. She's a very nice and caring young lady. And I cannot wait to see her again. Because, see, she texted me when she was done with this before it came out. So I know, the end result of what happens. I'm doing this because I want to see how Dr. Phil handles it. And I want to see how the situation unfolds.
This is phony.
Teresa, that's funny because I was there when you had your ultrasound.
What's phony? What's
when
phony?
you had your
What's
ultrasound?
phony is that for the last 16 years, my sister has not been there to help me with my kids at all.
It's funny
She's
because
never
I was
once,
there when your
she's
babies
never
were
once
19 days
called
old,
up.
and you went out and you wanted to
She
go
has
to the
never
bars.
once called up and said,
And you,
hey,
the
you know what,
babies
obviously,
were 19 days old, and you were out at the bars. I watched them then for you. Remember
sure,
that?
Did you charge me? Because that's
No,
what you
I
would
didn't
do.
charge you.
Absolutely. Anytime you babysat my kids, you've charged me.
No. And it's funny because I had my own set of twins 2.5 years later after you giving me 4 kids. And imagine that. I have my own life.
Here's the deal, Tracy.
I should have dropped my whole life for you.
Here's the
hold
deal.
on. Wait a minute. What? I missed the phony part. Is she not really here?
She's here, but it's phony. It's phony, Dr.
What's phony?
Phil. What's phony is she didn't do anything to help me until she called you. When she called you, then it was, hey, let me take your kids down and get them a Christmas present. Hey, let me pick your kid up. Never once has she been there to go, you know what, I can see that you're having a hard time. Let me take the kids for just a moment.
Oh, so it's phony that she really cares.
It's pretty much phony that she really cares.
I wrote this down. You said Dr. Phil is the only person in the world who can save my 16-year-old daughter, Tessa.
I believe that. I believe that I've tried every other conventional method, hundreds and hundreds of hours of counseling, the police, juvenile department, and,
You say I'm the only person in the world that can save your daughter, and she got you here, and you're dogging on her for it.
And who was the one the day? Because
hang on.
Tessa ended up figuring out that she could call CPS on Teresa.
Tessa has tried numerous times to manipulate me and threaten me that if I called CPS, she would lie to them. She will say that I have hit her or assaulted her, then DHS has to come out and do an investigation.
My sister has a child that does know how to manipulate her. How does she deal with a child like that?
Well, first off, you have hit her. You attacked her. You've done all this stuff. So really, she wouldn't be lying if she was to call CPS.
Okay, Teresa claims her 16-year-old daughter, Tessa, has attacked her over 100 times, assaulted her 67-year-old mother, Bonnie, and fled to another state in July. So she also attacks her twin brother, hits him, scratches him, bangs on the door, just completely out of control. Now, Tessa gave my team what she claims is proof of one of the many ways her mother has abandoned her. Take a look.
I need the room because sinking. It's
looks like I don't need to show it. It's right here.
All you do is lay on your anyways. You can lay your on the couch out there.
This is my room.
This is not your room.
Yeah,
Saturday. And I'm not going to deal with this. You can be out on the street.
Okay.
So that's the video that I have. Looks like I don't need to put it in there because they already put it there. But that's the video that I was talking about earlier about the whole room situation. Doesn't really paint Teresa out to be a good person, now does it? Tessa's all calm, sitting there, and she's just yelling at her. So, I think I've said all I need to say about that. I don't know. We'll see.
What that doesn't show is that for many, many times before this, I had asked her, okay, here's the deal. The bottom line is, if I am in a position where we're all going to be homeless and her room is the only one legally that is able to be rented out. because my son has been in a separate room in the garage for several years. So Tessa had the better of the room.
Okay, so I paused that because I was going to say something, but I decided to let her finish her sentence. Now, what I'm going to say is you say her room is the only one that can be rented out, but what about yours? Sure, Tyler may be in the garage. What about you?
The fact is that we were all going to be homeless if I didn't do something. I asked her very nicely. I told her it was temporary. She could be in my room. She could stay in my room. That wasn't good enough. Nothing is ever good enough for my daughter.
If it really meant that much, rent out your room. If you're worried about your valuables or whatever being stolen, okay, totally reasonable. Take them out and put them somewhere. But if you were really concerned about that, then you wouldn't be renting out Tessa's room either.
That's not what I wanted to do, but the fact is that we were all going to be homeless. It wasn't a permanent situation, it was a temporary situation.
Okay, how do you think she got to be the way she is?
I think that she got to be the way that she is because through the years, I've noticed since a young age that there was something different. If I'm such a bad mom, then I would have 2 kids doing the exact same thing. I have twins that are the exact same age. They've been raised the exact same way. I don't have those issues with my son. By my daughter.
Okay, are you going to answer my question?
No, she's going to beat around the bush. Don't let her beat around the bush, Dr. Phil. Don't let her.
That how do I think that she got this way?
Yeah.
I think that she got this way by it constantly her not being accountable for her actions. And
she got this way because you put Tyler on a pedestal. You got Tyler here, you got Tessa here in your mind. And for some reason, even though they're the same age, and really they should both be here, it should be equal playing field. You treat Tyler like he's the king. Okay? I have him on Snapchat too. So I see both sides of everything between Tessa and Tyler. I see them both. Now, I don't talk to Tyler very often. I talk to Tessa more. But that's because I actually, know Tessa. I don't know Tyler as well. I think maybe we snapped once. Because Tessa wanted me to text her. But her ex-boyfriend at the time took her Snapchat and still has her Snapchat. So she had to communicate through me. And that's the only time Tyler and I texted.
So good at manipulating people and the situations. She bats her eyes and then it's, oh, poor Tessa. But her, she doesn't live this on a daily basis.
Wait a minute, we're not talking about her. I'm asking you a question. And you can't deflect with me. I'm like a dog with a bone. I ask you how you think she got to be this way. I'm trying to analyze this situation. I'm problem solving here. I don't care about blame. I'm trying to problem solve here. And I ask you how you think she got to be this way. You said, I have 2 children, identical, born at the same time, grew up the same, treated the same, which I reject all of that except the fact that they were both born at roughly the same time.
Thank you, Dr. Phil.
Don't have the same experience growing up together.
No, they don't. It depends on how you're treated. I'm not there on a daily basis. I just know what Tessa's telling me, what she puts on Snap and Facebook and stuff, and what Tyler's put on.
They have very, very different experiences growing up together. So I reject that, but that's what you said. But then you said she got this way because she's not accountable. Whose job is it to hold her accountable?
I have held her accountable, Dr. Phil.
Oh, so what you said isn't true.
No, what I'm saying is that the normal methods of trying to deal with this child have not worked. The normal
question is tackling her, pinning her to the ground, letting Tyler beat her with a broomstick, kicking her out every single day for a little thing such as a drill bit because you thought that she stole your drill bit. I have the texts that she sent me from all that.
things of discipline, time out, taking things away, That type of thing do not work. She has thrown temper tantrums to the point that literally you would have to physically hold her for her to calm
and I'm asking,
down.
why do you think that is?
I don't know. That's why I'm here. I don't know, because obviously there's something different between the two kids. If I've raised them exactly the same.
But you haven't.
Exactly.
I have.
No, you haven't.
No, you haven't.
I feel I have.
But you haven't.
But you haven't.
Uh,
But you haven't.
Kids are different. Yeah, come on. You know, kids are different. One's a boy, one's a girl. I mean, there are genetic differences. There are.
There you go.
They react differently to the environment.
Right there.
You react differently to them. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that they're different. I mean, they're two individuals. They have different personalities. They have a different reactivity. They have different personalities. They're just different. I have to tell you, as I look at this, I see Tessa's behavior as being seemingly out of control, but I don't ask myself why she's behaving the way she is. I ask myself, why not? I ask myself, why would she not behave the way she is? I think she's crying out for help. I think she's crying out for attention. I think whether right or wrong, I think her perception is that she's not valued, that she's not wanted. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm telling you that's her perception.
She's definitely not wanted there. You hit the nail right on the head. Like, I'll leave it at that.
Could be her perception.
That is her perception, and I think she has a lot of things she can point to that would suggest that that's accurate. In order for something to be fault, like your fault, that requires bad intention. You know, if you say, all right, this is your fault, then that would mean that you have to have a bad intent, right? And I know that's not true. So if you're waiting for me to throw you under the bus, sorry, you're going to have to wait somebody else, because I'm not going to throw you under the bus.
I'm just sick and tired of people blaming me like it's my fault because it's not my fault.
Yes,
I have
it
done
is.
everything that I feel that I could possibly do, Dr. Phil. I haven't had the support of a family. You know, she's voting.
We're not talking about her.
You know,
we're talking about you.
Yeah.
And I'm
tired of being my daughter's victim. My son's tired of being my daughter's victim.
Gotcha. But you, I don't care how hard you try, you can't paint me with that brush, because I'm not blaming you. I'm not here to throw you under the bus.
It seems like it. It seems like, you know, that's been the general consensus that it's all my fault, and that's not.
Well, you're just used to playing the victim, and I'm not here to
No, my
victimize
daughter's
you.
used to playing the victim.
Well, I guess she got it from somewhere.
She has.
Because I've read through your interview, and you're blaming the police haven't done a good job. DCS hasn't done a good job. The school, nobody's done a good job raising your daughter. You're trying to raise your daughter through other places, and so you're putting on the victim hat, and you're trying to put it on with me too, but you can't put it on with me because I'm not blaming you. That doesn't mean you haven't made mistakes. Do you think you're a perfect mother?
No, I don't.
Well, you're not.
Never claimed to be.
Well, you're not. So we agree on that. See, but that doesn't mean you had a bad intent. But you think you've made mistakes?
Of course I have.
When you walk up to her on the couch and say, go to your room, let's take a look at that video.
Leave me alone.
Get up and go to your room.
No.
Get up and go to your
No.
room.
Get up and go to your room. No. No. Get stop. Stop it. Don't walk. Get away from me. Get away.
Okay, grade that.
Like I said, you don't
That's
see
an
the
F.
20 minutes before this that I've asked, would you please get up and go to your room? Would you please? I'm asking you nicely, would you go to your room? You don't see that.
That's what you sent us.
That's what I'm saying, but you don't see that because it wasn't until 20 minutes later when I got off
Well,
the
you didn't
camera.
send us the other 20 minutes. You sent us that.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't 20 minutes before that. That was the final, when I finally feel like I have no recourse but to get out of video camera. Okay, she's physically attacked me for getting out of camera.
Don't criticize me
You
for
ever wonder
not
why?
sending the 20 minutes before when you didn't send me the 20 minutes before.
I don't feel that my sister was a strict enough parent for Tessa, and now it's clear that Tessa's out of control.
I definitely feel I was strict enough with my daughter, taking away things, time out, taking away privileges, grounding her. They do not work with her. When you have a child that is out of control, the normal means of parenting do not work.
Sometimes I feel like my brother and I are deadbeats. I just feel we're not as good as we could be. I feel like my mom could have raised us a little better. I do not think my mom should have had kids if she wasn't going to take the responsibility of being a parent.
Let's look at when you said, I'm renting out your room. I have a transcript of that. We'll take out the emotion of the yelling and screaming and just look at a transcript of that. Teresa, I need the blank room because we are blank sinking. It's not just about blank you. All you do is lay on your blank ass anyway. You can lay your blank ass on the blank couch out there. I've been doing this a long time. What parenting theory is that?
It's not.
Obviously not good, but what you didn't see is the month before when I had explained to her nicely, I'm very sorry. Okay, you can sleep in my room. We will make
Whether that
it. It's
happened
only
or
for a
not.
short temporary situation.
Whether that happened or not, we're not talking about that.
Okay, you don't see all of that. Okay, what you see is the final result when it comes to push and shove, and I have to tell her that this is the way that it is. Should I allow all of us to become homeless? You know, I mean, if I have to do what I have to do to make ends meet.
Okay. Let me stipulate that for days in advance, you said, sweetie, the reality is we just have to buckle down here and make some sacrifices.
Exactly what I said several times,
Okay.
probably 100 times to her.
Okay. And so I'm stipulating. But are you telling me that that justifies this?
No, that's out of frustration. That is out of desperation. That is out of trying to take care of my kids by myself for, no child support for 16 and a half years, no support, no nothing. I know that's bad, okay? I'm not saying that that's a good example, but that is an accurate example of how a parent that is frustrated and had enough and had so much stress, anxiety, and abuse from their child, okay?
She's had way more abuse from you than probably you've had from her. Like, I only get Tessa and Tyler's sides of the stories from when Tessa texts me and from the snaps that are posted and from the Facebook posts and all that. But so it seems that is you and Tyler just getting and abusing Tessa.
That's the final outcome. And I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying that that's good, okay? But that's reality.
So you're frustrated. And so you're saying that justifies this. She responds, this is my room. This is not your room. Yes, it is. You, inaudible, on blanking Saturdays, and I'm not going to blanking deal with this blank, or you're going to end up being out on the blanking street. Okay? Now,
For a month, okay?
I stipulated that.
No, but what you don't see is that for a month, this is when she had already dropped out of school. She's not doing anything, okay? I've caught her.
Dropped out of school. She dropped out of school, yeah, but she made several attempts to go back, only for you to do things like keep her in her room. I have several examples of her, having trouble at the school